Huge advantage of having voice over IP, which is today you're able to use your business phone number instead of your personal cell phone number, especially if you want to be texting, sending business text. So for example, a best case use scenario would be insurance agencies, right? So insurance agencies need to be able to take pictures of the vehicles that they're going to insure, right? That they're going to provide insurance coverage on. And before, in the early 2000s and maybe even the 2010s, you couldn't text a business number, and you still can't text a business number from AT&T, Spectrum, the local phone service providers. But with voice over IP, we've developed technology that allows you to send and receive text messages from the mobile app. We also have a desktop app, but someone can text your business number, a basic text message or even pictures so that way you don't have to be giving out your personal phone number. That's one. Also, if you use the mobile app, the Neftis Plus app, when you make a call from that app, the caller ID will show your business number. It will not show your personal cell phone number. So it's definitely a huge advantage if you want to separate the business operations from the personal. For example, if you're done for the day and you're done taking calls and you want the calls to go to your voicemail, you just put the Neftis Plus app on Do Not Disturb, and the calls will go directly to the voicemail. And now today we have AI that can even answer those calls for you. But the huge advantage is that your personal cell phone number stays personal unless you want to be giving out your personal number to, high value customers. But it definitely is a huge advantage. So did you know that customer satisfaction for any kind of business, but for example, CPA firms, customer satisfaction is 76% based on the customers being able to connect with their CPA, with the person handling their taxes, their accounting, their bookkeeping. So if you're a CPA firm and you hugely depend on your customer satisfaction, 76% of the reason why they will leave you is their inability to communicate with you. So if you have an on-premise PBX that can't keep up, if you have a phone system that can't keep up, if they cannot text your business number, we're in 2025. If you cannot receive text messages today to your business number, you're going to be left behind. But then it brings up the question, how reliable is it if it depends on the internet, right? So in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, even the 2010s, I would say it would be a huge disadvantage because the internet quality was not there. We did not have stable internet enough to say, oh yeah, we can guarantee 99.99% reliability on these phones. Today, the internet companies, right, broadband, the fiber, especially fiber business internet, has been so reliable that if you have an internet outage once a year, that's too much. Having said that, the internet quality has evolved since the early 2000s, even the 2010s. So these phones, at least here at Neftis, if you have a good, reliable business internet provider like Spectrum or AT&T Business Fiber, Frontier Files, those types of companies, we can guarantee the quality. Now, we have installed some redundancy. What is redundancy? Let's say you do have an internet outage, right? Like a service provider outage, or you didn't pay your phone bill, so they cut your internet. The physical phones, yes, they're going to stop working. But our cloud-hosted PBX system has detection to see if the internet has gone out. And if the internet has gone out on the physical phones, it does what's called a failover. So it'll start sending the calls to like a mobile number. So we can forward those calls to your personal cell phone number. You'll receive the calls on your personal number as an inbound call. Now, the reason we developed here at Neftis, we developed the Neftis Plus app, and I can pull it up here to show it to you guys. So this is our Neftis Plus app, and it's just like your business phone or your phone on your Android or iOS device. It just has the orange color theme for Neftis. But one of the biggest reasons we developed this mobile app is one, so you can take your phone system with you, meaning if there's a massive outage with Spectrum, AT&T, whoever it is, then you just use our mobile app. That's it. It's that plain and simple. So it's those two options. You can have the calls forwarding to a cell phone number or any other number, or even multiple numbers. So multiple numbers can receive the calls at the same time. And I'm talking about like a cell phone number that you get from your cell phone provider, like AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. So when you have T-Mobile, they give you your phone number, right? That belongs to you, to that device. We can forward the calls that someone calls to your office to that mobile number. So that's option one. So call forwarding, and the Neftis cloud-hosted PBX has the auto detection that if your local internet is out or the internet is out on the physical phone, it automatically will forward those calls. So you don't need to call us and say, hey, we have an internet outage. Can you forward the call? Which you could too. You can call Neftis customer service and they'll do it for you. But if it will automatically detect, forward the calls. The second option is download our app. So this app is this physical phone virtualized in a smartphone, right? So anything this phone can do, you can do it on the mobile app. It can receive calls, you can make calls, transfer calls, put them on hold, park the calls, those types of things. So if your internet is out, just make sure you turn off the Wi-Fi on your smartphone, so it's not trying to get internet from the provider that's having an outage. So if you turn off your Wi-Fi, then the phone will work. You'll be able to make calls, and then just make sure you don't have an outage with your cell phone provider. Then yeah, it will definitely. That's how we've been able to alleviate those types of issues. It is definitely recommendable to upgrade your phone to a newer phone. And the reason I say that is because even though it's an app and you're making calls and receiving, it's using your local it's using the broadband service from your provider, right? So let's say you have T-Mobile and you have unlimited, data on that T-Mobile line, but you have an LTE phone. It's going to be making the call through an LTE data plan. Having said that, is if you're not in a good coverage area for LTE, then you're going to have call quality issue. If you do have an older phone with LTE, the best thing to do is to make calls while you're on Wi-Fi. So if you're connected, even though it's an LTE phone, it still has Wi-Fi. So if you connect to a Wi-Fi that's a strong Wi-Fi, then you shouldn't have any problems there. But definitely still recommend upgrading your phone. Definitely living in a revolutionary time with AI, right? AI is disrupting many industries, including our own, I'll be honest. But the great part about AI is that if you're learning it and you're learning how to adapt it in your business, it's going to benefit your business, right? I heard a saying, I can't remember who said this, and maybe you guys know who said this, but it said, it's not the person, how did it go? It said, AI is not taking the job of a person, it's taking the job of the person that's not willing to adapt to AI, right? So it was more saying that the person that's not willing to learn AI is going to lose the job to the person that is willing to learn AI, right? And so we've integrated AI here at Neftis. We've integrated AI into our phone system a couple different ways. One is what we're calling, so, there's been those times back in the days, right, in the early 2000s, those automated attendant, right, the what they call interactive voice response, right, where you would call a bank, for example, and it would answer, "Thank you for calling U.S. Bank. If you know your party's extension, please dial it now. For customer service, press 1. For sales, press 2. For billing, press 3." Right, that whole thing. So that's what's called an IVR, or interactive voice response, also known as automated attendant. What AI has done is taking that to another level, where not only is it just because IVR it's a form of AI, if you think about it, right? If it tells you press 1 for customer service and you press 1, it's taking you to that option automatically, right? But today with AI, you're able to speak to the AI agent. So the AI agent will answer, "Thank you for calling U.S. Bank. How may I help you today?" Right? And then you can say, "I'm calling because I have a transaction on my bank account that I don't understand. Is there someone I can speak to?" "Sure." "No." And then the AI will actually speak to you. "Sure. Are you talking about the transaction on Monday?" Blah, 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 blah. So you'll be able to interact and then eventually even get the call transferred. So instead of just giving you a menu of option, the AI can actually interact with you. So we're mainly using that, what I'm calling like a super IVR or IVR AI. is that we're able to answer what we're calling call overflow calls. So, like I mentioned earlier, right, for CPA firms, 76% of the reason why someone will cancel or will look for another CPA is their inability to communicate with you know, with your phone service, right? Now, you still want to provide personal customer service, right? You still want to have an actual human answering calls for you. So my recommendation is still answer calls yourself as much as possible. Try to answer as many calls as possible directly yourself, so you can still have that human touch. But let's say you're a crazy busy office, you're getting, 50, 60, 80 calls at a time, or even 20 calls at whatever it is, but you just don't have enough manpower to answer every single call that comes in. Then those are the calls that do not get answered immediately. They go into what's called call overflow. And those are the calls that we're recommending you have AI answer for you. And then the AI today is sounding very, very realistic too. Sometimes you can't even tell, but the AI can interact. There are some applications out there that could even interact with your calendar, right? So, for example, CPA firms, if you have a calendar where you want people to be able to schedule meetings with you, you can plug in this AI to your calendar so that people can say, hey, I just want to schedule an appointment with you. What's your availability? The AI, because it has access to your calendar, say, oh, okay, I'm XYZ CPAs available next week, Monday and Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Does that work for you? And yeah, you know what? Schedule me for Wednesday. Then the AI will actually schedule that meeting for you completely automatic without you ever having to even answer that call. So that's one form of AI, what we're calling super IVR. The other AI we're integrating is call recording transcribing. Essentially, let's say you're on a phone call, and this is catered more to like medical providers, but let's say you're talking to a patient, you're at a doctor's office and you're speaking to a patient. The call is being recorded, one, for quality assurance, but two, the AI will transcribe that call and will email your customer for you like a summary of that call. And then if there was any tasks, right, like any kind of homework, like let's say you left your patient, like, hey, I need you to go do this. I need you to go pick up this type of medicine, whatever it is. It'll email that transcription summary to your patient with the breakdown of any kind of tasks that you want your patient to do for you before, So it's transcribing the call, that's one, and then it's summarizing the call. So it's not gonna. So if you're on the phone with someone for 2 hours, and you don't summarize that call, it'll send you 2 hours worth of notes, right? So the idea with the AI is going to summarize it and then only email you the summarized version. Now within the Neftis PBX cloud hosted system, you could always log in and view the full call. You can view the full call. You can even listen to the full recording. But the AI does email a summarized recording of that call, transcribing of the recording. And those are the two things we're currently working on. There's a couple other projects in the works with some sales tools and stuff like that with built-in AI. But right now, live is we have those two AI features that I feel are really, really benefiting and leveraging, helping customers leverage our phone system. So if any of you are interested, let me give you, I'm going to provide an information on how you can get Neftis trial. We're going to be offering a 30-day trial on the Neftis app. You can download it on your phone, be up and running with a temporary number. And now if you do have a number you want to port in, we can even work something out where you can forward the calls temporarily from your current provider to the Neftis app. But you'll be able to get all the 50 plus business features completely free for 30-day trial. And then after the 30 days, we can even sit down with one of our account managers and come up with a custom pricing if you're willing to, do like an annual contract or anything like that. But our month-to-month pricing is $24.99. And if you're interested, go to the Neftis.com website. We have a chat widget, right? So you go to the chat widget and you type in VoIP promo, and that's how we know that you watched the entire video to get that 30-day trial. So go to Neftis.com, chat with our chat widget, and type in VoIP promo to get that 30-day trial. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching Connectech Technologies powered by Neftis, where we bring small business tech to help small businesses integrate technology in a modern age without having to break the bank. We provide resources where you can get this type of technology at the lowest cost possible. And if you want more information, go to our website. Feel free to reach out to us. Thank you, guys.